Students, today we are going to learn fifth chapter, that is organizing. So this is the second function of management. After formation of the planning, the second functions of the management, that is organizing. So just by preparing a plan, there is no guarantee of success. That is the reason why it is the responsibility of the management for organizing the resources which are very essential for the attainment of the goals of the organization. So, the meaning of organizing, the definition of organizing, steps in the process of organizing, importance of organizing. These are the synopses which are going to learn in this online class. Before going to study all these, we need to understand what is the marks allocation for this chapter. So, dear students, section A, you will get one question for 1 mark. Section B, you will get one question for 2 marks, and no question will be asked from section C for 4 marks, and one question for 8 marks from section D. You will get one question from this section. So these are compulsory. That means section A 1 marks compulsory, section B 2 marks compulsory, and no question will be asked from section C, and from D section you will get one question for 8 marks. So 1 plus 2 plus 8, 11 marks are compulsory. In addition to these 11 compulsory marks, you may get one question from section E, that is practical question, but it may come, it may not come in the exam. That practical may come, may not come for 5 marks, but 11 marks are compulsory, A, B and D sections. So after knowing the weightage of marks for this chapter, now we are going to study what do you mean by organizing. Dear students, organizing is the process of identifying and grouping various activities and bringing together physical, financial and human resources and establishing productive relations among them for the achievement of specific goals of the organization. So this is a meaning for organizing. So here we can understand this organizing is the process of identifying. We have to identify the various activities of the organizing, and these activities should be grouped into number of activities like production activities, marketing activities, finance activities, like that, and bringing together physical and financial and human resources and establishing productive relations among them for the achievement of specific goals of the organization. So we may understood better by studying one more meaning of organizing. Organizing, establishing, or it is the process of establishment of effective authority relationships among selected work persons and workplaces in order for the group to work together efficiently. Or organizing is the process of dividing work into sections and departments. See, in any organization, there are different activities, and all these different activities are handled by different people. So, for that purpose, the work should be divided into small unit, or for the purpose of controlling purpose or convenient purpose, the work should be divided into small units or groups or sections, or like department wise. This is because of what, to handle work properly, and also to make sure that the work is going in accordance with the plan established by the organization. Now, the definition given by Theo Heman about the term organizing. So, what is the definition? Here it is: organizing is the process of defining and grouping the activities of the enterprises and establishing authority relationships among them. That means, again, this is the part of the meaning of organizing. Here, the one thing you should notify here: establishing authority relationships among them. That means, who is the boss and who is the subordinate, who has to inform and who has to report. That means, it is none other than hierarchy, that is levels of management, who has the authority, supreme authority, and how should be the communication, the proper communication channels. All these are what included in this establishing authority relationships among them. That means, highest authority to lowest authority, and from lowest authority to highest authority. After knowing the definition and meaning of organizing, now we are going to know what are the steps in the process of organizing. So, how that management can go for organizing. So, like process in planning, here also there are steps involved in the organizing process. How this can be done? Here there are some steps provided, list out, and these are considered as what, steps in the process of organizing or organizing process. The step number 1, here it is identification and division of work. This is the step number 1 in the organizing. So, what it says: identifying and dividing the work that has to be done in accordance with the previously determined plans. That means, in accordance with the plans made by the organization, now the organization is going to dividing the work, and that is to be distributed among the people who are the efficient people and eligible people to perform that work. Further, the work is divided into manageable activities. So, in the beginning, meaning itself only we came to know. So, why work should be divided into small units or small sections? It is because of what? Manageable activities, because of for the purpose of control, so that duplication can be avoided and the burden of work can be shared among the employees. This is what the first step involved in the organizing process. So, the meaning is too simple. What is that? Identification and division of work. What you need to remember? First thing, the work should be identified. What type of work is there? Nature of work should be identified, and it should be divided among the various expert people who are working in that organization for smooth handling of that work. That is the first one. The second one is what? departmentalization. This is the second step in the process of organizing. Once work has been divided into small and manageable activities, then those activities which are similar in nature are grouped together. That means such sets facilitate specialization. This grouping process is called what? Departmentalization. For example, on the basis of territory like north, south, that is, and also on the basis of products like class department or cosmetics department. This is the second one, that is departmentalization. Third one coming up, that is assignment of duties. That means what about the role of people in that organization? It is necessary to define the work of different job positions and accordingly allocate work to various employees. That means the entire work is not done by only one person or only few people. That means the entire work should be shared among the various different people, and how the work is going to be divided on the basis of job nature or work nature, and even on the basis of the capacity of the people, that is on the basis of their eligibility, their experience. All these are what the things which are going to be considering while assigning of duties to the people of that organization. So once departments have been formed, each of them is placed under the charge of an individual. Jobs are then allocated to the members of each department in accordance to their skills and competencies. It is essential for effective performance that a proper match is made between the nature of job and the ability of an individual. That is nothing but right man for the right job. The work must be assigned to those who are best fitted to perform it well. This is the third one. Fourth one, that is establishing reporting relationships. Each individual should know who he has to take orders from and to whom he is accountable. That means we already understood about this concept while learning about principles of management given by Henry Pure. That is unity of command and unity of direction. Right? The establishment of such clear relationships helps to create a hierarchical structure and helps in coordination amongst various departments. So this is what about steps in organizing. So these 4 steps are including in this organizing process. After studying these, next thing, importance of organizing. What are the importance are there? So here the list is given. So here along with the points, some explanation also given for your reading purpose and understanding purpose. So you can read the points and you can go through the explanation given to you. First one, or first importance of organizing, benefits of specialization. Right? Benefits of specialization. How it is? Organizing leads to a systematic allocation of jobs amongst the workforce. This reduces the workload as well as increases productivity because of the specific workers performing a specific job on a regular basis. That means when you divide the work and that work handed over to the expert people, no doubt they are going to perform that work in a smooth way, that too with minimum effort, by taking less time. And when these people are doing the same kind of job for a longer period of time, they will become expert people, they will become specialized people, and that is going to be more helpful to the organization. Second one, clarity in working relationships. This is the second importance. So the establishment of working relationships clarifies lines of communication and specifies who is to report to whom. That means in the organization there is a hierarchical system. That means boss and subordinates, superiors and subordinates, who has to communicate to whom that communication is belongs to, and who is the senior, who is the junior, and boss, subordinate. This is what the relationship, working relationships, and who is to report to whom. For example, lower level management is reporting to the mid level management, and mid level management will report to the top level management. That is what about upward communication. Then top level management will communicate to the mid level management, mid level management will communicate to the lower level management. This is what the working relationships. That is, here the given establishment of working relationships clarifies lines of communication and specifies who is to report to whom. At the same time, this removes ambiguity in transfer of information and instruction. This will help in creating a hierarchical order, thereby enabling the fixation of responsibility and specification of the extent of authority to be exercised by an individual. That means every employee of that organization should act within the limit too. That is. Third one, optimum utilization of resources. Optimum utilization of resources. The proper organizing system leads to the proper usage of all resources. These resources like men, money, material, machineries, right? The proper assignment of job avoids overlapping of work and also makes possible the best use of resources. That means the resources are utilizing in a right manner. By taking to consider, the resources are not going to overutilize. At the same time, resources are also not underutilized. This is what about the third benefit or importance of organizing. The fourth one, adoption to change. See, we all came to know in the business environment there are so many factors, whether they are internal or external, they are going to be changing. So according to those changes, it is the responsibility of the management or it is the responsibility of an organizing to change its policies, its system. That is, the process of organizing allows a business organization to accommodate changes in the business environment. That means it allows the organization structure to be suitably modified, and the revision of interrelationships amongst managerial levels to pave the way for smooth transaction. That is next, effective administration. Organizing provides a clear description of jobs and related duties. This helps to avoid confusion and duplication. Clarity in working relationships enables proper execution of work. Sixth one, development of personnel. Personnel means employees or the people who are representing that organization. Organizing stimulates creativity amongst the managers. Effective delegation allows the managers to reduce their workload by assigning routine jobs to their subordinates. That is sixth one, development of personnel. The last one, expansion and growth. Organizing helps in the growth and diversification of an enterprise by enabling it to deviate from existing norms and taking up new challenges. That is, it allows a business enterprise to add more job positions, departments, and even diversification of their products and services to the society. Even the branches are going to be established in different location, and this will help to increase the customer base, sales and profit to the organization. These are what importance of organizing. So we shall meet in our next online class. This is what about importance of organizing. Thank you.